So we get many different types of chemical peels and we put them in categories based on how deep they penetrate the skin. So regardless of the group of acids or one acid that's being used. So I want to just explain, if you are going to have what we call a very superficial peel, a very superficial peel only really works in the stratum corneum, the first layer of the epidermis. So it's just a tad bit deeper than a normal exfoliation that you can do at home. When we're talking about a superficial peel, that means those acids are going to go into the skin, into the epidermis, all the way down into the last little layer of the epidermis, which is the basal cell layer. So that is a superficial peel. This is a very superficial peel. When we are dealing with what we call a medium depth peel, that means it's going to go through the epidermis and it's going to go into the dermis. Now, sometimes it goes through the first layer of the dermis called the papillary layer of the dermis, and then it could touch onto what we call the reticular layers of the dermis, which is the last layer of the dermis. Now, when you do a very deep chemical peel, that of course is working through the whole epidermis as well as the dermis and just leaving a smidget of skin left to regenerate. That can only be done in most countries by a plastic surgeon. And those are normally one acid called phenol that's used at a high concentration, and just small areas will be done. But I must say it's not that popular anymore. I think people have also realized to treat the skin more in a gentle manner is most of the time better, based on the fact that we can have that either loss of pigment called hypopigmentation, or we can get post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Now, when it comes to chemical peels, for me, at the end of the day, no matter how deep you're going to go, you need to go to someone that understands the skin, a professional that really knows what he or she is doing when it comes to chemical peels. Don't just go to anyone. You can damage the skin if the peel is not done correctly. But I hope it brings you to understand that most of the time, as any of us and all of us could benefit from a very superficial peel, but we could also, of course, have a great result from a normal superficial peel. And in severe cases, we need to have a medium depth peel.